today Ashley Garth.
Yes,
Bam.
happy to be here. Where do you want to go eat? You get married. Where do you want to go eat? Graduate.
Sound like me.
Where do you want to go eat? I'm sick of eating. That's the interesting question. When you become an entrepreneur, you say personal best friends. Like everybody in my circle now are not normal.
What did that process look like transitioning into the CEO role?
I didn't know what I was doing. I had a mentor tell me, just stop. Just shut down. Shut down for a week. Everything. Omelets, biscuits, French toast.
Why does this sound
Chicken and waffles.
It's all necessary.
Let's get the road and the show going. Sometimes I'm just like, girl, do you like embarrassing yourself? Just a little bit. Okay, so hello world. Welcome to another episode of It's All Necessary with me, Tifani Sage. This is a place and a space and a reminder that every life situation that we're currently going through, it's only for our best interests at heart. It's only to prepare us and propel us into our next level up. So hang tight, you will be okay. Please like, share, subscribe, all the great stuff. I love hearing the feedback from you all in the comments, people texting and all that good stuff. We have today Ashley Garth.
Yes,
Bam.
happy to be here.
I'm glad to have you too. Can you introduce yourself to the camera, what you want people to know, who Ashley is?
Yeah. Thank you again, Tiffany, for having me. My name is Ashley Garth. I'm a Tennessee girl. I was born in Chattanooga. I've been in Nashville for about 15 years, seen the growth, loving it. And I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm a creative. I sing sometimes.
Okay.
That's a part of my past. And I just I'm an extrovert. I love to be around people and help small business owners to thrive.
Love it. Let's jump into it. So you are from Tennessee. What would you say is your fondest memory growing up?
It would have to be, I was that theater nerd.
Okay.
Musical theater. I mean, everybody in my family can sing. Like, if you can't sing, it's like, what happened?
oddball.
What's wrong with you?
Wait, so what's Thanksgiving like?
Oh, we're listening to music. My parents, they're in their 70s, but they still love music. They've got music playing around, a lot of gospel music. My nieces and nephews, they play instruments. They have a good time, and we eat good food, and we don't stop singing.
Are there sing-offs, or it's like
Sometimes we do that.
Oh my gosh! Like,
But
pass me the chicken. Oh, you wanted the potatoes?
Yeah, like that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Gosh,
It's a good time.
Wait. Okay. Sorry. I was thinking about something else. Who would you say were your role models growing up?
It would have to be when I started I'll say in college. It's when I really got into learning about the importance of mentorship. I had some professors and some people that took me under their arms and really helped me to understand what entrepreneurship is.
Yeah.
I also have some good people now that are my role models. Like, I have some bookkeepers that I chat with often. And I know that seems kind of weird, but these are people that they just help me when I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yes.
What am I doing? This is not working right now. So just people really in my circle of influence that I call them my business besties.
Okay.
We talk
Specify
weekly.
it, yeah.
And we help each other level up.
So with that, the weekly checking in, is it a scheduled, like every Tuesday something, or it's just, let me hit so and so up, and they know the same thing?
It's I just got this project. Let's brainstorm, and vice versa. Let's go to coffee. Let's hit lunch. Let's FaceTime. Let's Zoom. Let's figure it out.
I love that. How has it ever been a thing where your personal best friends were like, hello, Ash, don't forget about me? It's been that sometimes?
Absolutely. And that's the interesting question. I feel like when you become an entrepreneur, you say personal best friends. Like, everybody in my circle now are not normal, meaning we have a business. And I'm not saying that everybody in my circle has one, but most of the people that I'm around, as you get older, you're around people that you share similar interests with.
Yeah.
So my circle of influence is very entrepreneurial, but I still love my aunties, my uncles, my cousins, my friends from school. We still chat as well, but I love that we all now are we're hustling on the same page.
Are you a single child or you have siblings?
Middle. I'm right in the middle. Younger sister.
How was that growing up?
So
All right, so my name is Tifani Sage. I'm a confidence and clarity life coach. If you're feeling unfulfilled in your life or you don't know what's next for you, I'm your girl. I can take you to new levels of clarity. Click the link in my bio for a complimentary call with me so we can get your life on track. Click the link so we can connect.
my parents are in their 70s. I'm 36.
Okay.
I have siblings in their 50s, and then I have a younger sister as well.
Oh, wow.
So there's this 15-year gap, different marriages, and we're all very close. Most of us are in Tennessee.
Okay.
We talk monthly. We love each other, and we're all very entrepreneurial in our own way.
This is good because I don't think everybody has that story where they have that, like, I mean, as close as siblings also doing the same, not the same, but the same line of work where I guess you can bounce ideas off of and vice versa. Oh, what are some similarities and differences of your personality from when you were younger till now?
So I've always been the extrovert, a little different.
Different.
My mom
great.
has even said that. Yeah, she's always been a little different. Thanks, Mom. I would say some of those similarities is I've always been outgoing. I've always questioned things that I didn't agree about. So that's never changed. Okay. As a child, you've told me to do something and I didn't understand it. I wanted to understand the why. And to this day, I still want to understand the why.
Do you think that's because you want to put meaning behind your work, or you don't want to waste your time on something?
Both. It just needs to make sense. I mean, and I say this, even I'm going to use dating as an example. You talk about the type of partner that you could be. And one of the things that I let people know is I'm not a yes woman. I'm not her. I'm not, this is a partnership. I don't like to feel controlled on any level, but I do listen. I can follow directions,
I can listen to what you just said, but I don't agree with that.
but let me know why this makes sense.
Oh, yes. So a lot of preface. Hey, Ash, or hey, babe, I want you to da-da-da-da. And then it's like, oh, I get it. Versus, babe, go do da-da-da-da. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Why?
Exactly.
Why can't you do it? Whatever.
Yeah.
Ooh, how has your upbringing shaped you for better or for worse?
I would say growing up in the church, sometimes I walk in and my dad would be like, my daughter's about to sing. And I'm like, oh, am I?
Oh,
and I just start clapping. I'm like, okay. So that's never been a challenge to just be ready to get on stage and speak or sing. So that has helped a lot. And then I graduated from an actor training program right out of high school. So those things have kind of prepped me really into the marketer that I am today.
I love it. I feel with your presence, it's very like no one can really get you off guard. Like, for example, it could be I didn't know I was speaking, but give me the mic. Hey guys, whatever. I like that.
Yeah.
Moving on to the segment 100% necessary. So it's an absolute need to you. What are 2 to 3 necessary characteristics that you think one should possess in order to be a great entrepreneur?
Yes. 3 characteristics, and I have gone back and forth on this 8-year journey, but one would be having a positive mindset. If you're a pessimist, like, this is not for you. This is not for you because things are not going to work out. Most business owners, they launch before they're truly successful 7 to 8 businesses. So if you give up on the 3rd or 4th, you're not even halfway there.
Wow.
Positive mindset, I would say being a giver. A lot of people, yes, and even through networking, I host networking events, and sometimes you come in contact with those people that are like, They're not listening. They're not really there to give. They're just there to take and see what they can get out of that situation. But I've learned when you switch that and walk into the room with, what can I give today? How can I help 3 people? I've always left with more than I expected.
And I wonder, why does one go into a situation or a room thinking about take? Maybe selfish and just not, I guess it sounds like being aware too. When you are aware and also understanding like the laws of life, when you give, it's inevitable that it's going to come back.
Yeah. And having a scarcity mindset, I had to check myself. Like, it's going to work out. I don't understand why all my clients, why their budgets, things happen. Budgets shrink. You got to start all over and get motivated to get new clients. But that's this journey.
That's some good ones. Ooh, 2 pieces of advice that were necessary for your growth.
Focus on your numbers. I hate looking at those things. The marketing is the fun stuff.
I don't look at any of that. Wait, but tell me though, specifically numbers like what?
I'm talking about P&Ls. What was my profits, expenses, those type of things. Because a lot of times we're running a business sometimes blindly and we're setting goals. But if I don't know like what's really happening, the numbers never lie. So when I look at those monthly, I'm able to set realistic goals. I want to hit 20,000, 30,000 for the month, but how can I hit that if I don't know what I hit the previous month?
That is, that's good. And last one, this is like going by so fast. No. 2 daily practices, personal or business, that help you have a good day.
2 daily practices. My morning routine. And maybe this is, I know everybody's morning routine looks different. I don't have to get kids ready in the morning. I walk my dog Simba. And
Hi, Simba.
And that's really outside of me getting myself together, my only really responsibility. So getting my butt up early in the morning.
Which is like what? What time?
My body's going to naturally get up at 6:30.
Okay.
No matter what time I go to bed. And that's a gift and a curse in itself. But whatever. But getting up in enough time to have time to think before your email and your texts start blowing up around that 8:30 or 9 o'clock time. And I was going to say health. Being sick is expensive. Not being mentally and physically healthy can pull you back from reaching your business goals. So I try to eat right. I'm starting my day with fruit every day. I'm juicing. Did a nice little 30-day jog before I got here just to stay active, because the sharper we are and the more healthy we are, we can serve our clients and just have better quality of life and attract the right things when you are.
Your energy is right. You're giving off the right, like you're awake versus, that looks like a sleeper, when it is time for your first meal, well, I guess, what's your favorite first? What's your first pick of fruit that you like?
I know they say Black people love watermelon, but I don't care. We do. And I think it's probably, in my opinion, one of the most magical fruits on this planet. There are so many benefits, just the water density. I've lost so much weight. I've done watermelon cleanses. Like, that stereotype is completely insane to me.
I feel like,
eat your watermelon.
Forget this podcast. Let's go to a market right now to get some fruit. That's good.
It is a life changer.
And then when do you have your first meal, and what is that meal for you? Like your go-to?
I try to stick to the intermittent fasting schedule, 12 to 8. I don't think, I'm going to say this. I know that we were not built to start eating time you put your feet on the ground, getting out of the bed. I know this is not a gut health or health initiative that we're talking about, but just learning how the body and the gut works. Our digestive systems are overused. We eat. You celebrate something, where do you want to go eat? You get married, where do you want to go eat? Graduate, where do you want to go eat? I'm like, I'm sick of eating. Can we not do something else?
Let's go kayaking.
Yeah.
Wait. And honestly, I don't feel like guilty today because I started so early with, interviews, but all I've had is yogurt. I feel like I need to tout myself for the accomplishment, but it's because of scheduling. but I had yogurt, some almonds, and dried fruit and water. And I'm just like, I think too, I'm not exerting too much energy. That's why I'm okay. But I don't feel like, oh, I'm about to die. So it's like, why don't I do this often? And I have found, being an entrepreneur, that I'm able to not have to eat quick before I do a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So I do feel that. But your meal, so once you have the watermelon, then what's your next meal?
It's going to be, I don't eat meat either. I've been a vegetarian just since March. I have lost over 40 pounds this year.
Because of the eating?
Eating real foods. I've not had a microwavable meal since March. No processed foods. I just want to eat life. And it's changed my life and my business this year. And, everyone's like, you look great before. I was thick. But I was 220 pounds.
I do not see it.
I had high blood pressure.
Did you feel that in your body? Like dizziness or something?
Yeah. I had migraines for years and was like, why am I going through this? All of it had to do with diet. And then after 30 days of this switch, it just evaporated.
So back then, what were you eating for breakfast?
Everything. Omelets, biscuits, French toast.
Why does it sound
chicken and waffles?
Dang.
But
so the fruit. Start with the fruit.
Yeah, fruit is just an amazing thing that they don't tell you all of the magical powers that it has. Wow. But it's planning. We're so busy, you really have to plan, and that's the missing piece.
I want to pick your brain about so many different things. All right, so work and lifestyle now. So what inspired you to start your own marketing agency, Garth Media?
Working in corporate, I did not have the first great experience outside of college. I'm like, I did all this to get this degree and have a little debt, and I hate my job. Ooh. Jeez.
Yeah.
So I said, let me figure this out. I've always had a pretty decent platform on social media. And I'm like, if I can build this for myself, I want to build this for others. So at the time, I was working as an insurance agent before I made this switch. And so I had partnered with a lot of realtors and mortgage lenders. And they gave me a chance to help them to promote their business once I transitioned from insurance to marketing.
So smart.
And it just kind of started there.
Ooh, man. What did that, I guess, like the next now, what did that process look like transitioning into the CEO role? Did you kind of feel a little equipped? Like, okay, well, I helped these, realtors, mortgage brokers, that it's like, okay, I know what I'm doing now. Or it's like, I think I know.
I didn't know what I was doing. I had a mentor tell me, just stop. Just shut down. Shut down for a week. Get your shit together. I mean, yeah, and that stuck with me. But a lot of us need to just shut down. Shut it down. Just pause.
What
you don't have any processes. You don't have any processes for onboarding.
Was that person Southern as well?
Yeah.
Because that advice, just shut it down.
Yeah.
But okay, so when you did that, did they provide you with like, okay, first you need to do this, then you need to this, like they were helping you? Okay.
And we still learn as we go, but what I've learned is the processes of a business is what needs to be focused on first, but we don't do that. We skip all the way to the back end with the marketing. How can you market something and bring people to something that's not even ready?
And why do we do that? I think sometimes it's social media a little bit. Two, I think it could be eagerness of, I know I'm meant to do this, and you are meant to do it, but there's a process in doing it.
Yeah.
So then once you cleaned that up, then you were open back for business. Did you have any help, or it was just a one-man show?
I have help. My business besties, joining different organizations where we can brainstorm and really come up with a plan. But really it's leaning on technology, CRMs and project management platforms, automations to build out things so that we're not working on our business as much.
Ooh. What were some lifestyle changes you had to make in the midst of bossing up to ensure that you were operating at on a high level?
We talked about the health. That would be one. Also, I guess can kind of count saying no. That's
Yes.
a lifestyle change.
Oh,
You know, I'm not doing it. I'm not speaking for free. I'm not doing all these things for free. I've been doing this almost a decade.
Yeah.
I'm getting old. Like, what are we talking about? So not being a people pleaser and a yes woman and setting boundaries was the biggest lifestyle change.
Did you get any pushback from people like?
Oh, of course.
Not that I don't ever want to say like if they're like, who do you think you are? But what did that pushback look like or sound like?
It could be things like maybe they don't speak to me anymore after I say no. Well, good luck to you.
Yeah.
And it could be a change of, interactions, but overall, we've got to do what's best for us and still have that giver mindset, but not where we're taking advantage of, because time is money.
That.
And I've got bills to pay.
That. And Simba needs some good food.
Right.
When was a time that the entrepreneur ride got rocky for you, and how did you maneuver through that?
So COVID was, man, when people realized that they needed social media and things to thrive, that was probably the best season for Garth Media. But then now we have AI, good old AI. And it is a gift and a curse, because now people can do the things, this is me being honest, that an agency can do. They can write their own copy. You can write a whole book using ChatGPT.
Wow.
Now they have some imagery functions where it can create graphics and videos. So now with technology being so advanced, marketers, we now have to be creative to offer more value, because people can now do so many things on their own.
I guess giving the human touch that technology cannot. Dang. What's a couple standout hard boss lessons you learned on the job of being a CEO?
Creating the right type of culture for my team. So I don't do this alone. I have contractors, but I've thought about how I felt when I've been in a company where the culture was just real dark. Your leaders didn't really tell you were doing a great job. That matters. So really figuring out how to praise my team when they're doing well and just be a good leader and communicator. I try to be a good communicator and slow down so people can understand what they need to do, because if you mess up, then that makes me look, the whole company look crazy.
And no one wants to look crazy.
Right? Nobody wants to look crazy.
Moving on to essence, what does Ashley love most about herself?
I would say my drive sometimes shocks me.
Ooh.
I'm just like, dang, you figured that out. Sometimes when you create that to-do list, maybe on Sundays is when I do it, and it's daunting. I'm like, golly, I have so many things I have to do. But sometimes on that Friday, I'm like, this shit shake. Like, what's up? So I feel like I don't really have a choice at this point. It has to work, or I'm not going to have the type of life that I desire. And I know that I don't want a just enough life. Some people get comfortable. I pay my bills. I get to go on a few trips this year. Life is good. Yeah, life could be better. So much better.
That. It sounds like you know your why you drive, why you go so hard. What are you most proud of about yourself?
I would say being an entrepreneur for 8 years. Now, I do have corporate remote gigs. I tell people being a full-time entrepreneur is praise, but they don't know that we're on a roller coaster. We're on a ride. So I love having remote jobs that understand my why and still let me do both. So I tell people don't feel ashamed, because you have to do both. We don't know who's about to get elected. It's just a lot of things. You've got to protect yourself. And this is a weird season for business owners. So you've got to do what you need to do.
Yeah, that's so true. Ooh, when do you feel most at peace with yourself?
I would say I've got to tap in with my hobbies. What
are those?
Singing.
Okay.
And now I'm into painting.
Okay.
And I guess you can say being outside is kind of a hobby. I like nature. But at one time I'm like, what are my hobbies?
Oh.
Like,
were you experiencing burnout during this time too? Okay.
and I'm like, everything that I'm doing right now is centered around creating an income. That is not healthy.
Yeah.
And a lot of us, I even ask people like, what are your hobbies? And they don't have any anymore.
Oh.
It's tough. And we've got to tap back into things that bring us joy outside of hustling and making money. It's not healthy mentally. And I had to check myself.
Yeah.
So you're going to see me outside singing. You're going to see me putting some of my artwork in my home. Not artwork. It's not like that.
Not like
that sounds
bad.
But yeah, you're going to see more of me having fun and just tapping into
I love that.
just being,
and it does
existing.
something to your spirit. Because all work and no play, I'm just like, how do you do that?
Right. It's not healthy.
Let's see if I'm going to pick one on top of my head or we're going to use one here. No. So let's just say you are picking up 12-year-old Ashley from school.
Okay.
What pep talk would you have with her?
I was not one of the popular kids
You weren't?
at that. No.
But wait, were you an extrovert back then still?
I was, but I was not Miss Popularity. I would tell myself, be confident in who you are. I didn't know that, all of those things that were happening were building me up to be the entrepreneur that I am. But it would be confident in who you are. You're different for a reason.
Yeah. I love it. How the heck are we almost at the end? All right. So fun section, last part. What are you OCD about? You make me laugh.
Sorry. I didn't look at these questions before, and I do that on purpose. OCD. Oh, this sounds really mean.
Just say it. Just say
Okay,
it.
yes, I like cleanliness, but
Yeah.
one of my things is I'm trying to think of how to word this.
I feel like I need to close my eyes.
Just no, it's not anything. Just having things in place. I have walked into like your home and your space tells a lot about what's happening up here.
Oh my gosh, girl. Wait, go into this.
Like I've been in people's home and I'm like, you can't even find your keys because look at this place. It's a dungeon. And that's what's going on in your head. So
Why? Wait, tell me how. How does one see the similarity between like the home space and the mind?
it's chaos and no structure. If you are, that's what it boils down to. If every day you have a routine and you're just adding on piles of things that to-do lists, that things that need to be done and not really organizing anything, you're not going to be able to move forward and get anything figured out because you've always got to clean up the mess over and over. So you can't move forward because you're drugged behind of, oh, I've got to fix this. This is on my to-do list. I got to do this. I didn't get it done yesterday, but maybe I can add it to next week. And it just piles up.
Yeah.
So I've noticed even myself, when I walk into my house, I'm like, this is a hot mess. It's usually because I have some crazy things going on that I need to organize with my business or personal life.
But what if you're like traveling a lot and that's why your home looks like that?
That's different. But even when you get home and get settled, I think sometimes we make excuses like, let me just get it off the list.
Yeah.
Clean it up.
Yeah.
It is almost clean as you go.
Yeah.
Versus let it pile up and it's overwhelming and now it's going to take you forever to fix it.
That part. It's like always running behind. Yeah, that's it.
It's like a rat race. It's a wheel
Yeah.
sometimes that I...
And I'm thinking if one were to, I mean, depends on how bad the home is, but if they are like blocking half of their day to clean up, I'm thinking maybe the scarcity of time, like I don't have time to do this because I have to do that. But it's like, okay, well, then it's like, okay, well, if you can't do it, hire help to do that.
Boom.
So that you can like be a little more strategic.
Yeah, outsource it out. Like home, they have the maids.
Yeah.
You can pay $100 a month.
Yeah. To do that.
Yeah.
If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would that be?
I'm obsessed right now with plantains.
Really?
I
How do you
have
like
this.
it done?
Sauteed. Is that sauteed?
Like fried.
Fried
Okay.
with the oil. They don't need sugar. It's a good snack.
Yeah.
And I used to be, I kind of still am, a chip person. I can eat chips all day. Golly. I'm like, chips. And I bought a whole thing of chips yesterday.
Well, what kind of chips are these? I feel like they're like healthy chips, no?
No.
Oh.
You know, the Ruffles and cheddar.
Oh, those things.
Cheddar and sour cream. And I'm like, why have I been obsessed with these chips? I told my mom about it one time. And she was like, you know what's crazy? When I was pregnant with you,
Get out.
I ate those chips for
my
months.
gosh.
And I'm like, thanks,
That
Mom.
explains it, yeah. That explains it.
So really on the healthy side, plantains, but chips, that could be my meal every day.
Okay. It balances out the watermelon.
Right. Right.
If you received $10 million tonight, how would your tomorrow look different?
Y'all wouldn't see me.
Oh.
I can tell you that. I'd be
Because why?
out of the country with my laptop,
Okay.
eating real food, food that doesn't make you sick, food that you don't have to spend a fortune on for it to be even healthy. I would be around water, and I would be probably planning something big.
I get
something
that from
big.
You. I want to go to your events.
Yes.
Yeah. We're coming back to Nashville. And to end it off, what is your ultimate life motto?
Ultimate life motto. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Stop scrambling. Just
Preach.
stay ready. Prepare. So when the big opportunities come, you don't miss them because they don't come too often. I think they come 2 or 3 times in a lifetime, and a lot of times we miss them.
Wait, but this is like the huge life-changing one. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you heard it. Go be your best life, or do your best life. Eat your watermelon, travel, and yes, Ashley, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. This is fun.